Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching, yes, the Yankees Entertainment and Sports Network.
Well, after a couple of days of awful weather here in St. Louis, it's a beautiful, hot Sunday afternoon here at Busch Stadium, where it is time for baseball as the Yes Network presents the Hyundai Sunday Game of the Week. It's the New York Yankees against the St. Louis Cardinals in the rubber game of a three-game set from Busch Stadium in St. Louis. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Yankees Baseball, along with Jeff Nelson. I'm Michael Kay. A long day at the ballpark yesterday, and as they say, split happens. Yankees lost the first game, they won the second game, so this turns this game into the rubber game of the series as the Yankees continue to try to win series. And what better way to do it than with your ace on the mound? Here's the matchup. Former Yankee Jordan Montgomery will get the start for the Cardinals. He's pitched well this year. Garrett Cole, 8-1, 2.78. He's the man for the Yankees, Jeff.
Yeah, he's had a very good first half, and one more win will be the third straight year that he's had 9 wins going into the break, and his ERA over those last 3 years have been outstanding. Maybe he's in line for his first Cy Young. Well, his last start, 107 pitches in 4 2/3. Well, those 107 pitches hopefully carries him into the 8th inning today, because the Yankees are going to need it, especially in Game 2 with the bullpen day. The fastball has been outstanding. Occasionally he leaves it up and it gets hit. That was that last start against Texas where he only lasted 4 2/3.
Now let's take a broad look at his first half. 13 starts allowing 2 runs or fewer. That's third in baseball. In his 17 starts, the Yankees at 13-4 and WAR, wins above replacement, 3.2. That's the best among all American League pitchers. Now, yesterday's game obviously was big. The second game was the biggest after losing game 1. Right in the middle of it was Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. He's turning into one of the better stories on the Yankees and really in all of baseball.
He's embraced his position, whether it's left field, center field, right field. He played second base for the first time in Oakland, and offensively he's getting consistent at bats, and it's showing. The production is showing because of how many times he's in the field and getting an opportunity to play. Yesterday in Game 2, he had 3 hits. He was on base all 4 times. His last 4 games, he's hitting 500 with 5 RBIs and a homer, and he's got great experience on the bases. He's very aggressive on the bases.
All right, in his last 34 games, that's a broad stretch. 323 he's hitting, 5 home runs and 20 ribbies. Now, he had a 182 average in the first 30 games this season, so he has turned it around. He's so valuable for the Yankees. Probably the most valuable part of the Yankees has been their bullpen, and yesterday in Game 2, it was a bullpen day. They all did a great.
His former team. As he gets out of that one, Michael will finish it after the break.
6-4-3 double play. No runs for both teams. Talk for more content. Cadillac scoreboard, 0-0. Cardinals have 1 hit. That was Donovan leading off the first inning. Cole has walked 2 and hit a batter. The Yankees have had 3 walks against Montgomery, but no hits. Arenado leads off. 0-1.
There was a slider off the plate. Garrett Cole got for a strike.
One. Arenado with a fly ball to right. That was in the first inning.
If you think about it, as far as getting an edge against your own team, okay, you're traded, you might get more of an edge, but what about if you're a free agent? They didn't want to sign you back. They could have signed you if you left somewhere.
And there are different layers of that. Some teams might want to keep a free agent and then he wants to go somewhere else, or they offer a lot more money. But there are other teams, like when you were a free agent with the Yankees, they didn't want to have you back. You went back to Seattle.
Right. I wanted to come back. It was the only 2 places that I wanted to go to anyway, either New York or Seattle.
And I remember when you came back to Yankee Stadium that year and they booed you coming out of the bullpen. And I said on the radio, I said, did they want him to retire?
I remember, I think Tino Martinez was on second when I came in. And you had what, 56,000 fans back then.
Yep.
And Lou Piniella, he's out. and I'm running past him. Tino's laughing, and it kind of eased the nerves a little bit coming back this first time to Yankee Stadium. And once you started hearing the boos, it's like, you know, I know why they're booing. I mean, I'm with another team, and I get to the mound, and Lou hands me the ball, and he goes, "Well, I see they still love you here, son."
Yeah, all you did with the Yankees was win 4 titles.
Well, I wanted to come back. It just didn't work.
But then you eventually came back.
Yeah, and that was funny too, because I was in Cleveland with the Mariners. I get traded back to the Yankees. In the very next series, Seattle was coming in, and I faced my old team 2 days later.
That was 03.
Right? 03.
So you got to another World Series.
Another World Series, absolutely. Thank you.
3-2. Hit sharply, and a fair ball. Kicks off the sidewall. Cabrera hustles after it. Going to second is Arenado. The throw is not in time. It's a double for Nolan Arenado.
I thought possibly Cabrera might have a chance at Arenado. It's a fastball upstairs, and he hits down the left field line. Cabrera did a nice job, that ricochet off the wall. I thought maybe you might have a chance because of Arenado. We saw him the first couple games, wasn't running real well because of that bat. And you see Cabrera, nice job with that little ricochet and the throw into second, just offline, but Arenado was able to get in there. You see he's not running real fast. He's still bothered by that back.
That's a base hit to right field off the bat of Burleson. Arenado had a hold up, so he'll just advance to third. So a double and a single here in the fourth. First and third, nobody out.
It was a slider from Cole. It was inside, but it was up. Just off the label, he was able to fist it into center field, just out of the reach of Torres.
So here's Walker. And there's a base hit to center field. Arenado will score. Burleson moves to second. It's an RBI single for Walker, and it's a 1-0 Cardinal lead. Just like that.
Well, Cole tried to get ahead with a slider. Didn't do a whole lot in another pitch that was up. You see the spin. It's a little cement mixture upstairs. It's supposed to be down and away. Trevino sat up, down and away, hung out over the middle of the plate and up. You see the swing, even though it was off the end of the bat. That pitch was up. He was able to get it into center field.
So here's Gorman. Swings through the changeup. One and one.
61 pitches here so far. He hasn't gotten an out yet in the fourth.
First and second, nobody out. 1 run in. One and two.
You might be able to go outside even further. Maybe you get a swing and a miss with a fastball on the outside.
Check swing. Slider diving down and in.
Good pitch.
And a good call. Didn't go.
Right.
Fly ball in the left center. On the run is Bader. He makes the catch. Runners retreat. Harrison almost overran that ball. He got such a good jump.
Yeah, you watch him, he reaches up. Kept carrying. Matt Blake's going to go out and have a talk with Garrett Cole and go over a game plan with Kisner.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the New York Yankees and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form.
It was a good mound visit. 64 pitches through 3 1/3. Just give Garrett Cole a little breather. Go over a game plan to try to get a double play here and get out of this inning with only 1 run.
So here is Kisner. 4 for 31 with runners in scoring position. That's 129. He was 2 for 4 in the first game of yesterday's doubleheader. So he has caught 2 of the 3 games against the Yankees, and the big free agent signing, Contreras has caught 1. And there's a base hit to center field. Burleson rounds third. He's coming home, and the throw is cut off. It's an RBI single for Kisner, and it's 2-0 Cardinals.
That was a cutter from Cole. Caught too much of the plate. No break. Stayed up over the middle of the plate. Easier for Kisner to handle and punch it into center field for a base hit and an RBI. This inning for Cole, a lot of pitches up in his zone.
Another slider as Gallegos gets the pinch hitter McKinney on 3 pitches. Time for the 7th inning stretch. Six innings of work. Jake Bauers drove in the Yankees' only run. That was in the 7th inning. Jordan Montgomery 6 2/3. Jordan Walker drove in a run for the Cards, and Aaron Boone was ejected in the 3rd inning, 5th time this year, 31st for his career, arguing at the home plate umpire. So Jimmy Cordero will take over for Garrett Cole. Low and away as Edman is 1-0. Higashioka is behind the plate. They pinch hit for Trevino.
Well, if you're Cordero, you just want to leave it right there. Keep it at a 1-run game. Get your guys back in that dugout. See if you can get to that struggling Cardinal bullpen.
Tosses the bat away, thinking it was ball 4, called the strike, and that will not curry favor with Merzel.
We'll see where this 4-seam fastball is. He just catches that strike zone.
Grounded foul. The Cardinals, when they get into games like this, they have to hold their breath. Their bullpen is a weak spot on this team. The Yankees, these are games that they excel in because their bullpen has been money all year. And obviously a base hit right there after I said it. So Edman with a leadoff single.
Right on cue. Well, Cordero gets behind with his fastball, and this was a sinker that he just left up. Edman hits it into right field for a leadoff base hit.
Donovan takes a strike. Donovan 2 for 2 and was hit by a pitch against Cole.
No sacrifice attempts here. The leadoff hitter on, a little surprised with Goldschmidt and Arenado possibly getting a chance to bat.
Two and one. Donovan 5 for his last 10. So he's been hot with his 2 for 2 today. There's a throw to first as Edman gets back. Bottom of the 7th inning is 2-1 Cardinals. The winner of this game wins this series. They split the doubleheader yesterday. Count 3-1 on the #1 hitter in the Cardinal order.
I want to see if you can throw a sinker down and away so you can get a rollover by Donovan. He's going to get a fastball to hit. You're not going to want to walk Donovan and have the first 2 hitters on.
That one's driven deep to right field. IKF back, turning, looking, see ya. A 2-run home run for Donovan. And it's 4-1 St. Louis.
Well, you would have liked to see that sinker down and away. You would have liked to see Cordero get ahead of the hitters. He's been behind the first 2 hitters he's faced. Edman got a base hit on a 3-2 count, and here Donovan up in the zone. He gets a fastball in a hitter's count. That's what he wanted to avoid, those tack-on runs.
That one is lined into center field, and Bader makes the play to retire Nootbaar.
Well, a 3-1 fastball, and it was up. It was supposed to be down and away. That was middle up and in the Cardinal bullpen for a 2-run homer.
So here is Paul Goldschmidt, 1 out, 1-0. Last time Gallegos pitched was June 25th. So you like to keep your bullpen rested, but there's also a point that it gets a little bit too rested, and command is not there. Not sure if that's the case today with Cordero. Grounded to Volpe, gets a nice hop. 2 away.
Well, sometimes with Cordero, he has a really good sinker, and he throws hard, 97, 98 miles an hour. And like you mentioned, Michael, if you have a lot of rest with a sinker baller, that ball flattens out. A lot of relievers that throw those sinkers, you want more work, more reps, but you have a lot of great arms down in that bullpen. It's like you have to bide your time, and in order to do that, you just throw bullpen sessions. If you're not going to get in the game, you try to throw a little bullpen session towards late in the ball game, just to keep, not tire your arm out, but make sure that sinker's still working and you're getting reps on the mound. So when you do get out there, you're throwing strikes and that sinker's working.
1-2 on Arenado. Two. Fouled it off to stay alive. That home run off the bat of Donovan, just the second home run allowed by Cordero this season in 31 and a third innings pitched. And the payoff. Past the diving LeMahieu and into left field, the base hit. All right, let's have an answer to the trivia question. Mel Stoudemire, Ron Guidry, thinking?
Well, one of them was Roger Clemens. Started in Seattle in 01.
Jimmy Key, David Wells, and Roger Clemens. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Ground ball, backhanded by Torres. And he gets the force at second as Volpe has to do a dance and get out of the way of Arenado. And that'll do it. But the big two-run home run by Donovan puts the lead at 3 for the Cardinals. So the leadoff walk is wasted. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Hyundai, it's your journey. Own every mile in a brand new Hyundai. By Stop and Shop, feed the moment. And by FanDuel, make every moment more. Now, I love these pictures that we put up. But Jim Edmonds had a nice career, but he does not belong on the same panel as Mickey Mantle.
Agree. Totally. I was going to say the same thing. Totally agree.
Come on, Troy. Center field, coming on as Bader, not the plate on a hop, a base hit for Carlson. You're still chat because you are.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say it's not a surprise of what he did to us in Seattle, or me in Seattle.
Now, that's
good.
That's an appropriate
Yes.
panel. A couple of brothers. And Ted Simmons is a Hall of Famer. Now, he's not Yogi, but I get it. But Edmonds and Mantle, I'm sorry.
It's a bad mix.
I can't abide by that. There's one Mickey Mantle. Leave that panel alone.
Maybe Stan Musial next to Mickey Mantle?
I guess he's going for center fielders, but it was a reach and it was really bad job. 1-1 on Gorman. No, that was called a strike. 0-2. Now Troy's a tremendous producer, but everybody strikes out every now and then.
That was a swing and a miss.
That one gets by Higashioka, allowing Carlson to move to second. See, he went with right fielder. I like that. That's beautifully done. Rip foul. Runner at second, nobody out. Bottom of the eighth, 4-1 Cardinals.
And another issue not throwing for a while with Cordero is mechanics. You get out of whack, not staying back, breaking your hands like you should.
3-2. Nick Ramirez getting ready. Strike three. Got him. Backdoor slider. Gorman down looking.
Well, it just catches the top of the strike zone. Not a great slider, good enough to get a called third strike.
Hard throwing Jordan Hicks getting ready. Here's Kisner. Pitch outside. Outside. Three and 0 on Kisner. Kisner with an RBI single in the fourth inning. So he's 1 for 3.
This might be Cordero's last hitter. Can't get him.
Three-one count on Kisner. Cardinals have 10 hits to the Yankees 2. Runner at second. Chases a high fastball. 3-2. Runner goes. Swing and a miss. Throw to third. And it gets through. Grabbed there by Volpe in short left field. The throw home is not in time. A bad throw by Higashioka. Not corralled by LeMahieu. And that allows Carlson to score.
Well, it was a real good slider from Cordero down and away. Get the punch out from Kisner. And because it's a right-handed hitter, Higgy had to go over top of Kisner, and Kisner doesn't have to get out of the way. Nice job by Volpe backing up that diving stab to make this throw, but wasn't going to be in time.
grab by Torres, no one covering.
The ball in a little bit more. The angle's a little bit better for a right-handed starter facing a right-handed hitter. And just like with Hicks throws the ball away a lot. Maybe going from the third base side of that rubber, it's a little of a crossfire going to the outside part when you're that far over on the rubber to the third base side. So they moved him over to the first base side, so it helps him get that outside pitch to a right-handed hitter and inside to a lefty. There's 100 miles an hour on that outside part, and just by him moving that little bit, it frees him up even more to hit the outside part. Guys also will move on the rubber when they have a harder time going to a certain part of the plate.
Maybe it doesn't show on television, but the rubber is 24 inches long. It's 2 feet wide, or long, and 6 inches wide. So moving to one side of the rubber, the extreme side, that does cause a big difference.
And you can see how he falls off to the first base side. Now, if you're doing that on the third base side of the rubber, the hitter gets a better look, sees your pitch a little bit longer.
3-1 on IKF. 100 right over the middle.
And a lot of closers don't like going in anyway. They feel like if it's a close ball game or safe situation, I'm trying to get you out of the way.
Another chopper to short. Nice hop for DeYoung. 2 down. Well, fans, stay tuned after the final out for today's W.B. Mason Yankees postgame. Get analysis from the studio and player reaction from the clubhouse. Plus, Aaron Boone on the manager's report and a look ahead to the series with the Orioles. Yankees down to their final out. Here's Anthony Volpe. He's 0 for 3 in this game. Crowd of 44,676 at Busch Stadium, many of them standing.
Of course, this isn't a safe situation, but most closers don't like to go in.
Ground ball and a base hit as Volpe keeps it alive. And now has a 6-game hitting streak.
Well, he's been doing this over the last couple weeks. He's been covering that outside part of the plate. You see how he's not opening up as much. He's staying with the pitch a little bit longer. He's letting it travel. A lot of base hits to the right side. That's what you like to see.
So here's Jake Bauers. He's driven in the Yankees' only run. They are not holding on Volpe at first. He can go when he wants. There goes Volpe. There's a strike. Volpe takes second. One count on Bauers, 1 for 3. Picked up his 19th ribby on the double in the 7th off the center field wall. Breaking ball misses outside. 15-mile-per-hour difference in velocity.
If he could throw that slider for strikes, and all of a sudden here comes a 100-mile-an-hour fastball.
Down to their final strike. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the 9th. Yankees down by 4. Hicks steals. Count is full. .101 at the bottom of the zone, just low for a ball. And the payoff. And he works a walk. Now that'll bring up Higashioka. The Yankees have Rizzo on the bench from the left side. Now, you've already used Trevino. If you did decide to pinch hit for Higashioka and the Yankees tied the game or went ahead, you'd be committed to using IKF behind the plate. So that looks like something they don't want to do. Rizzo has his batting helmet on. Higashioka takes low, 1-0.
Well, great at bat by Bowers working that walk. A nice eye there. Another pitch out of the zone and down at 102.
Grounded to third. Arenado fields the long throw and the scoop. They get him. And that's the ball game as the Cardinals win 5-1 and they take 2 out of 3 from the Yankees. And the game ends with Rizzo on deck. He was going to pinch hit for Oswaldo Cabrera. Jeff, a 6-game road trip. You have the thrill of the perfect game, but against 2 last-place teams, the Yankees don't want to go 3-3.
No, it was a disappointing road trip, I would say. I think if anything, they wanted to go 5-1 or at least go 4-2. You're going home and you're playing a tough Orioles squad for 4 games before wrapping up the first half against the Cubs. This is a road trip that you at least had to go 4-2. So I mean, this is a disappointing. You lost both opening games in Oakland and St. Louis, so not a great road trip for the Yankees.
3-3, they head back home, as Jeff said, to start 4 games with the Orioles at the stadium starting tomorrow night with Herman on the mound. We'll come back, we'll wrap it up, and then Bob and Flash on the postgame.